Hey everyone! Welcome back to my vlog channel. Today's video is a long time coming. It's a little bit late. It's overdue, but I realized that I never filmed my July, August, September reading wrap-up. I have been doing my reading wrap-ups in 3-month chunks because I don't feel like I read enough books in a single month to do one every month, but we're here. Today, I'm gonna be talking about all the books that I read in July, August, and September. So go ahead, get yourself a little snack, get yourself a drink. I've got a Diet Coke. And we're gonna go through this because this might be a long one. I literally cannot even remember when I read what books, so we are gonna be using my Goodreads to let me know. I do post every book that I read, my ratings, my reviews, all that stuff over on Goodreads. It's always linked in the description box, so if you wanna go follow me, add me. We can be friends on Goodreads, share book recs, you know, all that fun stuff. You wanna see what I'm reading at any given moment, definitely check out my Goodreads. Okay, so according to my Goodreads, the first book that I read in July was A Court of Mist and Fury, the second book in the ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas. I did do an entire reading vlog and review on this, so I'm not gonna talk too much about how I felt or anything about the book. If you want to see my thoughts, my opinions, my feelings, you can go check out the reading vlog. But I did give it a 3.5 stars. After that, I read Flock, which is the first book in the Ravenhood trilogy by Kate Stewart, and I gave this a 4 stars. I really did. That was kind of crazy that I did that, but I really enjoyed this book. Like, I found myself really loving it. It's about this girl and she has to move in with her estranged father to sort of like get some money. I don't remember exactly the plot, but basically, this girl moves in with her estranged dad that she doesn't care about, whatever, but she has to move in with him for the summer for some reason. She meets these two guys. There is this like really fun sort of polyamorous relation, like reverse harem kind of situation where she ends up falling in love with these two guys that are in this kind of like sketchy group, like, and you're not really sure what's going on in the book. I don't want to spoil anything. If you do decide to read this, I really recommend going in pretty much blind and not really knowing anything. That's what happened to me. That's how I did it. And I really liked this first book a lot. But that being said, I then read the second book in the series, Exodus, and that 4-star read baby just got absolutely fucking shit on, plummeted, destroyed, and I gave Exodus a 2-star. It was really bad. Basically, everything that I loved about book 1 in the series was just destroyed and demolished in book 2. A third love interest gets added, and I didn't even like him, and the whole plot kind of goes apeshit, awire, and like, it really was just a huge letdown for me. Everything that I enjoyed about book 1 was missing in book 2, and I did not enjoy it after that. So can I say I recommend this series? No. Even though I did enjoy the first book, I wouldn't even bother personally. But yeah, I did not read the third book in the series. I decided I didn't really need to read it by the end. But so that's the Ravenhood trilogy. Then I read A Stolen Life by J.C. Duggard. This is a memoir of J.C. was abducted by a man when she was, I believe, 11 years old, and she lived with him and was like basically held captive for like 10 plus years, and then eventually she managed to escape and break free. I want to break free. Sorry, that's not appropriate. And then this is her tell-all memoir about her story and everything she went through. I feel like it's hard to read memoirs for me because I'm very much like a critical reader. I like to analyze the writing and all of that, and when you're doing that to someone's memoir, it's like you're picking apart their life, and that's not at all what I ever want to do, so, but this memoir just wasn't for me. Then, though, I did read my first 5-star of this video, at least, of this chunk of the year, and that was People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Oh my god, this book is buttery, warm, and perfect. If you know, you know. It is so good. This book is so good. I need to read Book Lovers. I think I'm gonna put Book Lovers on my winter TBR because now that I'm thinking about this book, I really need to read. Emily Henry can do no wrong. This book was fabulous. I love a beach read. I read it earlier in the year and I gave it 4 stars, but this one just like upped the ante for me, and I think it's because it has everything that I really thought I wasn't going to like. I put off reading this for so long because it's friends to lovers, which usually isn't my favorite trope. It's dual timeline, which I normally don't enjoy, and it just like, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but this book follows Poppy and Alex. They were friends for many, many years, and then one day something happened. They used to go on summer trips. Every summer they would go on a trip together. And on one of these summer trips, something happens that made them stop being friends and cut contact. And so it's been, I think, 3 years. Poppy decides she wants to reunite with Alex and try and fix their friendship. And so you're reading like all the previous trips and them being friends and sort of why their friendship fell apart at the same time as you're reading about this new summer trip where they're trying to fix their relationship. And yeah, these tropes are just usually not things that I enjoy, but Emily Henry did them perfectly. I love Alex so much. One of my favorite male love interests. And I love Poppy. And I just love these characters. If you want a heartwarming, healthy, just cozy romance, I highly recommend this one. After that, I did my 24-hour readathon and I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I gave 4 stars. The Black Flamingo by Dean Addo, which I gave 5 stars. The Soulmate Equation, which I gave 4 stars initially, but I actually dropped it down to a 3-star looking back in hindsight. But still a good book. And I read Pride and Pretty Meditation by Tirzah Price, which I gave 2 stars. I'm not gonna go into depth with these books because I did vlog the entire experience of me reading them and reviewing them. So if you want to see my thoughts, check out that reading vlog. September started off strong because I began rereading The Hunger Games. So I finished the first book, The Hunger Games, and I gave it 4 stars and it was so good, so nostalgic, so fun. I loved revisiting this series so much. I shortly also read Catching Fire, and that is a 4.5 star reread for me. Just iconic books, iconic movies. It was an iconic moment in reader history, honestly. And yeah, I just loved my experience rereading them. It was a great time. Highly recommend. They're on Kindle Unlimited, so if you want to read them, I suggest it. I initially was rereading them because I thought that the new movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes movie, was coming out in November, but it's November next year. I'm about halfway through Mockingjay, but I kind of never finished it. But I am gonna finish it, and I'm gonna read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by November next year. But I did get the first 2 books done, and it was a great time. Then I read a smutty little Kindle novella called The Games We Play by Dana Easley. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I found this through a booktuber that I really enjoyed watching. She said that this was one of her favorite reads of the year, and when I saw how short it was and that it was basically just an erotica novella, I was like, I'll read it, why not? This is basically just like corpse husband fan fiction. So if you're into that, you know, if you're into like gamer boy corpse husband smut and like collars, you'd maybe like this, but I actually do not recommend it. I gave it a 1 star and I don't suggest anyone reads it because apparently the author is pretty problematic, so wish I would have known that before. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy it either way because I'm just not a corpse husband simp, but yeah. And the last book that I read in September is The Brutal Prince, which is the first book in the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. This is a mafia romance that is on Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, I gave it a 2 star. It wasn't awful, but it was just so like boring, I guess. Like I just did not feel the chemistry between the 2 main characters at all. I was not rooting for Ada or Callum. I just didn't connect with them. I didn't connect with the story. It just wasn't for me. I don't know. I still am interested in kind of delving into mafia romance as a genre and seeing if I like it, but this book just didn't really do anything for me. I am interested in potentially reading Sophie Lark's Kingmakers series, which I think is set at like a mafia academy. I think that could be potentially fun. But yeah, Brutal Birthright, I just didn't really enjoy. The romance didn't do anything for me. So yeah, that is every single book that I read through the months of July, August, and September. We had a few bangers in there, also a few misses, but that's okay. That's okay. As you can probably tell, I have been reading a lot of Kindle Unlimited books, and I think I need to like stop doing that as much and focus more on my like actual physical TBR. There's something just so enticing about finding out that a book is on Kindle Unlimited and just knowing you could download it and read it for free. Usually I don't really end up enjoying them, but it's a habit that I can't break, so here we are. That is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know what books you've been reading, and also let me know if you have any video requests for this channel. I would love to know what you guys want to see. I am about to start A Court of Wings and Ruin, so that reading vlog is coming. I really want to get it done by the end of the year for sure. But other than that, let me know what videos you want to see. I would love to know in the comments below. I will talk to you all later. Make sure to check out my socials, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And yeah, I'm sending you lots of love and light. Goodbye.